What is up, everybody? You know what it is. It's the one and only The Fix After Show. So Wolf turns the tables on Jules. Angela Ashley comes to the rescue, and Matthew tries to get kiss Maya and gets rejected. Let's go. Let's get it.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
AfterBuzz TV, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. Oh.
Where'd that come from?
Right. I just want to have a moment of silence for my boy Matthew for the rejection. Because that was hard. That was harsh.
Yeah, it was hard to watch, too.
That was harsh. I don't think you understand the pain it is when, as a guy, if you go to kiss a girl that you really feel like is going to kiss you back, and she does that little turn. I'm just going from experience, but just from what I've heard.
Sounds like it might have happened to you recently.
I'm just saying, just from what I've heard.
That's pretty new.
That's what I'm heard.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, from what I've heard, it's painful. So, so pour out something for Matthew.
How do you know it's painful, darling?
I'm just saying, like, I don't need to get kicked in the shins to know that hurts.
Ow.
Like, you know it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's a blow. So, yeah, that hurts.
It might be a turn on for some. Like, ooh,
Really?
she said no. Give me that challenge.
I don't know.
Take no for
Give
an
me that
answer.
challenge.
Yeah, I don't know if you should be doing that challenge. Hashtag me too. Just say it. Just say it.
I'm just
no
saying.
no more challenges.
They're out there.
No more challenges. Hashtag time's up. No more challenges. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Lim Gonzalez. And, of course, I'm not here by myself. Squad is in the building.
Whoop, whoop.
Zuri Shalise is next to me. What's up, Zuri?
Hey, Lem, how's it going?
It's going great. It's going great.
It's a beautiful Monday.
It is a beautiful Monday. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. We missed her last week.
They listed me.
We did mention you. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out.
Really?
You know, we did.
Don't even go there.
I'm just saying.
We ain't doing
did.
no inside jokes right now.
No inside jokes. I'm just saying. But Ezra Taylor is here.
Hi, guys. Don't even worry about him. I missed you guys.
Yes, yes. I did say we missed her. Yes.
And my boo, Lauren.
Yes. Lauren Mayo is in the building.
Yeah, I am. I'm here.
Representing.
Hold the mustard.
Legitimately representing.
Hold the mustard, hold the relish, and
Yeah.
represent. Ooh.
Yeah. Matching the AfterBuzz TV mic. I see you.
Yeah.
Got to coordinate.
AfterBuzz TV mic is matching me.
Oh. Excuse me. That's what we're doing. Okay. So to kick it off, as we always do, how do you guys feel about this particular episode?
I'm happy we finally know who the stalker is. I've been waiting. Like every episode, I've been itching to know, like, who is it? What his motives are, well, I guess we'll find out later. But I'm happy that we know who he is.
Yes.
I love this episode because everybody is just coming unhinged. I'm glad that Matthew actually told the truth to somebody about who the mole was. Actually, he didn't tell the truth. He got found out.
Boom. That part.
I'm glad that happened. And I'm glad that Matthew tried to shoot his shot because that whole sexual tension thing they had going on is very irritating to watch. And I'm just glad something happened so he can know to stop. Because you're a married man, Matthew. Remember. You married the reporter.
He is married.
Effie, give Effie a name. I love how we always call her.
I almost called her Hefe.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
I mean, she's the boss.
Yeah, like
she's the
boss,
boss.
not
She's the boss.
Well, the
Not
name
of him.
that name Effie just sounds wrong. Like it
Like the
sounds
relationship?
like a curse word.
Oh.
No, her name sounds like you're swearing at someone. So
Poor Effie. And because she's about to get cheated on, that sucks. But so I thought this was a good episode. I thought it was really good. I still don't believe that that's the real stalker. Maybe
Like he works.
I just don't think it's that easy. Like, I don't know. I'm interested to see. It definitely makes me interested to see how is he connected? Is he the stalker?
Yes.
Why is he the stalker?
yes, I am
Like-
ready to peel that banana.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
I feel like the banana's already peeled. Like, the banana's out. Like, I just feel like...
In that
use another.
I feel like the banana's not even right.
I'm just saying, like, no, for real, because the way they displayed it, the fact that, first of all, we saw, the wiretaps, right? Before
Right,
they showed
yeah.
it to us. And we knew that it wasn't Wolf because it wasn't information that he knew. So we knew that had nothing to do with him, right? And so we're like, okay. Then we find out in this episode that the stalker actually was in the house because there's stuff missing. So when we, Riv, and CJ start going on their little scavenger hunt, right? Looking for the wiretaps, and they find it, and then Riv gets all, flexes his muscles like, hey, you leave us alone.
Oh my gosh, that
Right.
was such a macho move.
Yeah, that was not wise.
That's Riv, you know what I'm saying?
Did
That's
you
what he
see
does.
the look on CJ's face when he did that?
Yeah.
Like, this clown.
Right.
Like,
You don't
and
know
an
what you're
amateur.
doing.
He's just not
Super
refined at
amateur.
all.
He's from, what is it, Wyoming or something?
Shut up.
I'm just saying, like,
He lives on a ranch.
I'm just saying, like, he lives on a ranch. He's not he's not refined. We'll say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, he
he went
knocked
and
Wolf
punched
out,
Wolf.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
he just does what he wants to do, and he's protecting he does love his woman. I
Shout
will
out
say
to
that.
But
Rev.
does
does
she
love his
love
woman.
him?
Real man.
Yeah, she does. She
He loved
rejected
his woman.
Matthew. Just saying.
This time.
But I
The
will.
season's young.
Going back, I feel like
That's
well,
a
it's-
good prediction.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
we have 4 more episodes, so it's not that young. It's 4 left. But I do think that what we saw as the person in the hallway of the DA's office, I feel like that is a stalker because, first of all, he has ties to her because he works right next to her, right? If he's somebody, the fact that they said that it was 8 years and then he knew right away, like somebody that works there is going to know that information.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
How's he getting in the house?
I mean, he's obviously in law enforcement or whatever. He has a uniform. So there could be a number of things that he has access to get into the house.
Think like a criminal.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that. I don't think that they're just trying to give us, like, sometimes they will. They'll give us information, think that that's it, and then they flip it on us. I think that this is real deal. I think this
Okay.
dude is a stalker, and we're going to find out. And I think that it's going to be found later, just like how the mole was found out by Alan, right? It took a minute, but, he did his research and get on Matthew, and Matthew tried to, back up and was like, no, it's really the janitor, and da-da-da-da. And, he's like, okay, I don't believe you.
I
I'm going to
love
find
his
out.
whiny voice.
Yes.
That's awesome. Wait a minute. I thought Alan was an airhead. And he really showed up this episode because didn't you think he wasn't as smart as Matthew?
I just don't think that I think he like took the back seat and expected them to like lead the show, and then now he's kind of like feeling like he's being disrespected. So I think now we're just seeing more of his personality.
Right.
I mean, as the DA, it really isn't his case, though. He kind of has been playing his position, but at this point, it's like he has to get involved. Because I feel like as the DA, he is more so the face than the person doing the dirty work and the groundwork.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be Big Brother, the all-seeing eye. He's supposed to know everything that's going on and a report on his desk after it's. I mean,
Well, Matthew
before
ain't
it's.
doing the reports. He's just doing random polygraph tests.
Well, I guess Matthew
going
doesn't really
rogue.
respect him.
No, he
Well, he
doesn't.
lost his job.
He
Well,
went
yeah.
completely over his head.
That's the thing. I think that's what it is. Alan, I don't feel like Alan's a dummy. I don't feel like he was portrayed as a dummy. I think that he definitely he allowed Matthew and then now Maya, now that she's back, to kind of, take the reins and everything and him just oversee. And I think
that's what I'm saying.
he stepped in, but somebody said he was like stupid or dumb.
No, like I thought he was an airhead. Like I thought
airhead.
he couldn't handle. Like I didn't think he
But he
had
didn't
the
deserve
right
the position.
investigative
Yeah.
skills like Matthew and Maya. But his investigative skills are on punto.
Well, that's the thing. Like when you're the boss, you don't really have to do all the minion work, right?
Right.
You just oversee. But in order for him to get to that
But
level,
he showed us that he can get down
I'm just
dirty
saying.
too.
I'm just saying. He knows how to do that. He just doesn't have to use it all the time. He's the overseer. He's the boss.
Right.
So he did use it, and that's what he found out. Lauren's like, I just said that.
Just said that.
Well,
That he's the overseer. But yeah.
You are trying to Matthew her.
I'm not trying to Matthew. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Mansplaining, hashtag
Oh,
me too,
whoa,
hashtag time's
hold on
up,
a
hashtag
second.
mansplain.
Wait a second. First of all, I was mainly directing it to Angel.
I'm kidding, it's fine.
Hashtag Lauren said it first.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
go.
Hashtag we need for Angel, who I was really directing it to, because she has something to say to our viewers.
Oh, hey guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We just love you guys to pieces. If you are on YouTube watching us right now, please subscribe to this channel and give us a thumbs up, okay? This channel, any other show that you watch, we cover it. So tune into those shows as well. If you're on the podcast on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. Jump into the conversation, leave a comment. We would love to shout you out right here on air. Thank you so much for allowing us to be the ESPN of TV talk and do what we love to do so well, which is talk about our favorite shows because we are super fans. And thank you for sharing our shows and all of our good, juicy conversations with your friends. Please tune in right now and leave a comment.
That part. Tune in right now. If you're not already tuned in, tune in right now. All right. So we start off the episode with Sevvy trying to run, right? He's on his little private jet. We saw at the end. And so that doesn't work at all initially. Because they have to refuel.
It started out working.
They have to refuel. Initially, it does. He's on the run. They have to refuel in Atlanta. And then all of a sudden, he's shocked that as the plane lands, the police and reporters and everybody and their mama is there waiting for him. I don't know why he was shocked or why he thought. And then we are introduced to a new character, and she just seems to come out of nowhere. Angela Ashley, and then come to the rescue. So, lands, and then he's basically going to give himself up, because he really doesn't have a choice. And then this Angela Ashley comes out of literally nowhere and is like, oh, no, that's my client. I'm going to have a word with him. Tells the police, SWAT team, mind you, back up. I'm going to have a word with my client.
Very casual.
Right, exactly.
Don't you love her over the shoulder look like, I got this.
Right.
She posed for the cameras, y'all.
Yes, she did. She did. She knows, but that's the thing. She knew exactly what she was doing. She saw an opportunity. She took it. She talked to him and basically bullied Wolf. Wolf, I will say this episode looked very weak.
Yes.
Like normally,
unraveling.
normally he looks very strong. He manipulates very well. He puts people in their place. And this episode, he was checked on multiple occasions.
I told you everybody is coming unhinged in this episode, from Sevvy to Wolf to even Matthew. He lost his cool right there. So this is the episode of unhinging.
The episode of unhinging, yes. So she basically bullies Wolf into giving her a job to be co-counsel for Sevvy. And so basically he's like, I have no choice. Sevvy's like, do it. So they get to go back. He doesn't get arrested. Then they're able to have a bail hearing. And during the bail hearing, a lot of craziness comes out. So we did see that, what's Wolf's henchman's name?
Buck Neal.
Buck Neal. There we go. So they had a conversation and they're talking about Jules. And he's like, yo, did you get that information? Did you find out? He's like, oh, yeah. And we see her driving down PCH. We don't know initially what that means per se. I didn't know. You knew exactly what that meant?
I told you PCH was Pacific Coast Highway.
No, I said that.
No, I said...
I wasn't listening.
I'm out of it.
But I'm saying,
but
what I'm saying is, the fact that it's Pacific, I didn't know what that meant though. You knew what it meant?
Yeah.
What did it?
That's the highway to take you to Santa Monica.
To the beach.
To the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, crime scene.
Pacific Coast
Gotcha.
Highway.
So you correlated that as what she was basically found, what they blamed her for.
I thought, yeah, for sure, because Jessica was murdered at the beach. And it was that morning. So I was immediately connecting dots. I know PCH means Pacific Coast Highway because I take ways everywhere.
Right.
And yeah, I knew.
I didn't think that the photo was real at first because he said, "Is this?" He said,
I didn't
as real
think
as it could be.
Right.
Or as real as
Yeah.
it gets.
As real as it gets.
Yeah.
Right.
Which made me think that he fabricated, but she confirmed that was her and she was leaving.
No, she stormed out of the courtroom. I was like, "Oh my god, it really is."
What's
It
the
was real.
guy's name?
Who?
Vic. Vic Marshall.
Vic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vic.
The NBA 5-time champion.
Derek Fisher. Shout out to Derek Fisher, 5-time champion, I believe.
Yeah.
It was like he played himself, but just
Now
changed the
an
name.
actor.
Yeah. I didn't get that. So you're smarter than me because I just knew that that was a
Everyone's
highway.
smart. You're all beautiful. I'm proud of both of you.
I am warm and hear me roar.
But we find out in the courtroom. where it happened,
Get smart.
or what that came about. And again, like you said, he basically wanted to place the blame on her because his whole motive, and he said this before, he doesn't care about justice per se. He doesn't really care about Sevvy or anybody. He just wants to win. Yeah. That's all he cares about. And if you think about it, even with bringing on the new attorney, Angela, that's just, again, well, if she's going to help me win, then it's fine. I'm going to keep her in her place, which she, attempted to do, which didn't really do a good job.
Where was her suitcase?
Where's her suitcase?
At the airport. She just kind of walked up with where's the
Like a binder?
Well, okay,
Right.
so y'all heard
iPad.
the story. She said I was coasting down and I was 10 minutes away and I heard the story.
But I'm saying to make it look, because she's like, yeah, I live 15 minutes away, so I came or whatever. But it's like, girl, where's the bag? You got to sell the story.
But that's also, it's TV. So
I know, I just gotta be that one.
I didn't expect that. How did you guys feel when... it was kind of laughing because it seemed so juvenile. It was her and she did it. Like,
no, it was actually this.
Yeah.
The back little fade is so much better.
Like, yo, are you serious? What
Just
you guys?
song, she did it. It's like, why would you do it that way?
Did you guys? I mean, we obviously knew that that's what he was trying to do.
Build up, like he did his own build up. Like it was da 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 da. She did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
And that person was Julianne. It was so dramatic.
Did you expect him to do that in the courtroom?
I didn't. It was really fake and bad. Like I don't
Fake
even
and
think
bad.
that the judge bought it. Like I think the judge was just like, wait, calm down. What's exactly is happening?
But Julianne
here?
made it worse though when she walked out.
Yeah, and
She
she took her
walked out.
son, and her son kind of looks like.
Excuse
he
me,
knows
I
he was
would have
onto
walked
it.
out too because the next thing you know, the cops are gonna come and apprehend you.
Well, I mean, not necessarily because this is an attorney saying this. So, I mean, you got to take it for what it is. Obviously, we got to keep it real. It's TV. It's for dramatization.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the story,
I just would have been scared. Like my mind would have blanked at that moment, and I would have just wanted anything but to be in that courtroom. So I would have left.
yeah, for the sake of the story, though, I thought it was interesting that she left, then the son left, and then Vic leaves, who we find out later
Is smashing.
Yes.
But I thought they were already. I thought it was understood. I thought that was her significant other because she's like, "You want me to ask Vic?" And it's like, why else would he do that for her?
Yeah.
So you thought that they were already...
I thought they were already in a relationship. I thought that was already understood.
Me too. Because
I
why
didn't
else?
think so.
It didn't
But-
seem like a revelation that they were together intimately.
But the thing is, though, well, I think their whole dynamic is weird because they're exes, but she still
They call
does
each
stuff
other
for
baby.
him. They still does stuff. So I think they're just whatever. I think that whole dynamic is weird. But it was interesting because when he talked to Vic, he was the one that had to basically have Vic do that. Like Jules wouldn't do it. Because he said, "Hey, can you talk to Vic?" She's like, "I don't know." Remember, she said, "Well, you sign this,
Sign that power of attorney.
sign that power of attorney, then I'll talk to him." And it didn't. We didn't see him sign it, right?
No.
And then also we saw him talking to Vic, not her. And so he was trying, and then Vic still wasn't on board as of yet until we saw him in the courtroom, and then he gave the head nod, like, "Yeah, that's my boy."
I
That was a
also
strong
feel
head
like
nod.
if Sevvy
Very
knew
fake.
that they were like having an affair together, I don't know that if his pride would have let him ask her to ask him, if that makes sense. Like if
I think
He
he would.
said he knew that they were doing that. Like he
Yeah.
said, I've known it the whole time.
It's just one of those unspoken things. I feel like probably between them. Like he
Like,
definitely
duh.
knows. You, especially as a man, when
she said
somebody's
the whole
checking for your
neighborhood
girl.
knew. Didn't she? Remember
Including
when they were-
Sevvy. He just didn't want to accept it. He just was acting like it wasn't happening. Like, Jules is still mine.
But they're not together. That's what blows me. Is like,
But he thinks he owns
why
her.
does
He's
she owe him
possessive.
an explanation?
He's possessive. He thinks he owns her. And on top of that, he's like,
She's
funding her
allowing him
lifestyle.
to think that.
No, she is. But I'm just saying, in his mind, he's like manipulative and possessive.
So she can continue get the money.
yeah,
Okay.
so she can continue to live her lifestyle.
Sure, and they're pretty much taking advantage of each other. Let's keep it all the way real.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that if Sevvy was to sign that would be a really stupid move. Like we obviously know that he's done some dumb stuff, like the whole fleeing thing. Lot of dumb, the bag. Like there's just so much,
The
stuff that's
excuse
happened.
he gave.
Right.
I needed to get away to clear my head.
Yeah.
You left your 9-year-old, and where is
Right.
Sonny? We have not seen her
didn't
since
see
the first
Sunny.
What does
episode.
Sunny even look like?
We saw the first episode. It was like implied with a little girl playing in the background,
Right.
but like
Oh,
we need
Sunny's
more.
a girl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the daughter that
Oh.
they have.
We didn't get more of the other son either, the biological son that left with Jules.
We don't even have his name, and
And
they
then-
replaced him like 3 times.
Yeah, like he switches out every other episode.
Right.
So
But we do see that obviously when this happens, we did see Gabe. We got a picture of Gabe. They did bring him back. They said that he was at a halfway house, and we know that Gabe is ready to testify against Sevvy. He's out for blood. So he gave him kind of the look, with his little mangle face, poor Gabe. But he gave the look
That
like, yeah.
terrible makeup job.
Exactly. I'm going to get you. So we see that happen, but we see the blow up happen in court. Of course, we do see Angela coming to the rescue again because she's doing her homework and basically allows him to get off on bail because that was the whole thing. It was a bail hearing. And so it's $5 million bail, which he posts and he's able to be out free. I want to get to our dynamic with Maya and Matthew. So
he loves to talk about this.
Yeah,
I'm
look
just
at
saying.
me smiling.
No, I'm look. I'll put
He's
it like this.
is the juicy
Are you the Matthew in someone's life?
No, I'm not. I am not
Dun, dun,
because I'm not
dun.
married.
But you know what I'm saying, like the
Are
other
you the
man.
rib?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No,
What are you?
what's
Are
the
you like
rib?
a rib or a Matthew?
I'm a limb. That's what I am. That's exactly what I am. That's who I am. We've known that Matthew has had an affinity for Maya since she got there, right? And so we saw, little things happening here and there. And then this was kind of the pinnacle, right? And so they come back, they decide to drink, and CJ is with them at the office, and then CJ excuses herself, and it's like, I gotta
Why
go.
is she too smart for that? Why she do that?
She
knew what
excuses
she was
her.
doing.
You think so? I don't
do.
think so. Because CJ's Maya's girl. So it's not like she's Matthew's girl. She's Maya's girl. So it's not like
We know.
she wouldn't be giving an assist to Maya.
Yes, she would.
No. While
And-
she's with Riv?
What's her loyalty to Briv? She's only known him for like 2 days.
No, but I'm
Exactly.
saying I'm not saying she has loyalty. I'm just saying like it just doesn't. I don't see that.
Who
I
would
don't
you
see
want to
that.
be together more? From CJ's perspective,
Right.
people that you've worked with for like over like basically 10 years, probably because they
yes.
were working together probably before.
Yeah.
Or like random guy that took your best friend away to some other place on a horse stable.
Well, no, I think that the two coworkers, I'm for that. Like, trust and believe, I'm for that. Even though
we know.
Matthew has a woman, and Maya has a man, and
As
so
a
they.
woman or a wife?
Well, he has a wife. He has a wife.
A whole wife.
A whole wife. Maya has a whole man. They're not married, but they're
whole
definitely
boyfriend.
they're together.
Which means it's half.
They're together. And so they're also in each other's relationship. But I am definitely a hopeless romantic. We always talk about I'm a sensitive thug. But I will say this. I would love for them to get together. But Maya is not about that life. And we saw that because Matthew tried. He tried several times and Maya was not with it. And I don't know if it's and maybe I'll pose this to you.
She's not playing fair though.
But wait, hold on.
right.
Do you think, I'll pose the question to you as women, do you feel that Maya really wants to be with Matthew, but is afraid of Riv? She really feels Riv? Or do you think it's opposite? Do you think she's respecting the fact that Matthew has a wife?
I think it's both. She's respecting the fact that she has a significant other and that he has a significant other. And it's just not their time right now. I know that she is his one that got away and vice versa. So I think they know that there's a dynamic there that they both would like to thoroughly flush out and explore. However, they both are in situations that could be seriously messy to untangle. So it's just not good timing. And she's the lady of integrity and she's refined and she's not going to go there. She's not going to straddle that fence because that would be too much entanglement there.
Okay. Do you think that it's a situation where obviously she rejected him? He tried to kiss her. Do you think that she just is going to get worn down and she's going to give in to his advances?
How many attempts you got, Matthew?
I'm just saying.
Four episodes left.
Because I honestly, like, when I look at the two relationships, right? Matthew definitely could care less about his wife. No, I mean, I'm just keeping up. He's shown that. Like, he really could care less. And like you said, you made a great point about the one that got away. I feel like when she left, I think they would have, because they obviously had relations. And when she left him. She only left the job. She just left him.
Right.
So he had to make do, and he ended up marrying. I don't think that was his first choice. I think with Maya, he settled. I think with Maya, I think Riv is a good dude. He's shown himself that he really cares for Maya. But I feel like they're two different worlds.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? He's country dude. He's,
Riv
lawyer.
is still a rebound. Even 8 years later, he's still a rebound.
And also, has ties to LA. Like that whole house situation. He's like, you never gave up the house. She was living out there, and she was doing her thing.
You did not put a ring on it. I'm not giving up my whole house.
I don't think that she wanted the ring, though. I feel like Riv, if anything, probably has brought up marriage, and Maya's been like, let's just enjoy the life. I feel like Riv is... Because
later on, she still knows that Matthew might come to his senses.
I'm just saying that if it was different, I think I'll put it like this. Obviously, Matthew does not care about his wife because he made the advancement. But I think if Maya was not in a relationship, she would give in to Matthew.
Ooh, I think that Maya kind of likes this chase with Matt. Because in her language, the way she speaks to him, I have wrote it in my notes. She said, I want you there with me, talking about in that room.
Very seductive.
So I don't think that she necessarily wants him. I do think she's attracted to him and probably entertains the idea, but I don't think that she really wants to be with him.
Like be with him.
Yeah. I think it's
Why is she stringing him along? It's like dangling a piece of meat in front of a puppy.
Well, I think that's like human nature.
She's a tease.
I think that she just likes the chase and to feel wanted and sought after, but I don't think that she really wants him. But on the record, I have been historically wrong about this situation.
What's interesting, another thing to point out about teasing and liking attention, she's had this stalker now for 8 years.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it's okay. It's just whatever. And she really does not take it seriously. So that's another way of her saying, like, I appreciate the attention, even though she doesn't. Yeah, she'd rather not have a stalker, but the fact that he's there,
it's okay.
It's just like it's whatever. He just gives me gifts.
He gives me jewelry.
It's harmless.
And this also may be a form of like detachment because she was so attached to that case and she lost. Maybe she just detaches from everything at this point. Like anything that feels like it could be right just doesn't even.
What does that mean? She's gonna detach from Riv?
She ain't even really
y'all
attached.
know she really attached.
She's enjoying the ride. She don't want Riv like that, which is sad because Riv's such a great guy. But yeah,
he is.
And then also the different worlds thing, like you were saying, like it's just I don't think it would work.
Yeah, it's not. And the fact that she's now, because I think when she was living with him, she was in his element, so she adapted. It was all good. Now that he's in her element, like he can't even get in. Remember, he brought like pasta, like I brought you some food, and she's like, "Oh, okay, but I'm kind of work," and
like,
she's like, "Thank you."
See yourself
and then she's sharing it with other people. Gave Matthew some.
I did note that.
You see what I'm saying?
I was like, wait a minute.
So it's
she let
like
everybody else eat this.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it was oxtail. Like,
she did also basically tell him, "I don't need you," when he like called the police about his stalker.
Mean. Like, I don't need. If you want somebody that needs protecting, I don't need you. I don't need protecting.
It's like, how'd you even conclude that?
That was so tacky.
Yeah, she, and that, like I said, the fact that she's in her element, she's home in LA, it just doesn't fit. He's just kind of there. And I think naturally, it would go as far as, we got 4 more episodes, so we still got a lot to cover. But if Riv decides, like, I'm going back to the country, Matthew, what's up? I'm just saying. I think that it could definitely happen, especially as this case draws on. I think now is a good time for news and gossip. Let's do that.
Always a good time for TV.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, Lauren, take it away.
All right, so our favorite, Maya on Fire, better known as Robin Tunney. So I actually haven't even seen this movie yet, but now I really have an incentive to see The Craft, like her big like teen witch hit.
Yeah.
And so that came out in 1996, and she just announced that they're going to be doing a reboot. And it's going to be Zoe Lister-Jones. I don't know if you guys watched New Girl, but she was on New Girl for 3 seasons, and she's going to be reprising her role. And she said it's going to be similar, but with a slightly different twist. So, yeah. But it's definitely, they already have the script. She's talked to the producer, so it's happening. That's really exciting.
And
I
we don't
was
have
so
we don't
excited
have an
about the
air
craft.
date yet. They're just in pre-production.
Yeah, she did say that they have the script. The script is ready. They already know who's gonna play her, and she's also producing it, Zoe Lister-Jones as well with Robin. So it's gonna be dope. I'm excited.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that was the beginning when we first started. You mentioned The Craft.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
On repeat.
On repeat. All right. Well, let's get into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
It's such an ominous song.
Right.
Like tune.
All right, Lauren, we got 4 episodes left, as I just mentioned. We still got a lot that can happen. We got a new character. What do you think is going to happen next?
I don't think that Lindsay Meyer is gonna actually kill Sevvy. Because that would suck.
Right.
So I don't think that's gonna happen. She's also, I don't know. I can't get into Lindsay. We'll talk about that.
And
offline.
Lindsay is Jessica's sister, who at the
Yes.
end of the episode came to Sevvy with a gun and was like, "I'm gonna get you."
Yeah, very convincing.
Right.
Not. So I think that should be interesting to see like how that dynamic plays in. I'm really interested. I don't think this is the end of Matthew and Maya's romance. I don't think this is
Absolutely
it. He's
not.
gonna keep trying. Really excited. And I want to see more of Buck Neal's gonna be up to something, and how they're gonna keep trying to put this on Jules. I'm really excited, and how she's gonna react because now she's not afraid of Sevvy. So we'll see.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was a spicy little line. I'm no longer afraid of you. I think she has something up her sleeve. She's like, yeah, you can try to frame me all you want to. I got something on you. So it would be very interesting to see what she has up her sleeves, that Jewel girl. Also, I think that Wolf is going to sabotage Angela Ashley and her findings because she's going to prove to be a better lawyer than he is. Number one, I just love the fact that they brought her on. Like, the juxtaposition between the type of lawyer she is versus Ezra Wolf is just phenomenal, and it's genius. And I just love to see the black woman win.
I was just gonna say, I love the fact that she's a black woman. I love that. Great casting.
Yes. I was so here for that. So yeah, that was my prediction.
Okay, I don't think that Lindsay Myers is gonna kill Sevvy. I also liked how Angela, she brought facts. Like I don't know if I missed it, but I didn't know that Jules actually had DNA at the crime scene. We haven't really got to see any other like leads onto like other possible killers, which is something that I didn't really care for. I think because I don't personally think that Sevvy did it, so I think that we should have got to see them like try and at least fail other people. Like. Yeah. And we know that Maya has it out for Sevvy, but we just haven't seen that. So I think that it's really going to start to unfold. And my fingers are crossed that the writers aren't going to just shove us the killer in the last 2 episodes, but hopefully it starts to like unfold now that we only have 4 left.
Okay. I think that Wolf is going to blame Angela for the murder. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
He would.
Angela did it.
Find a way. No. I just piggyback. Yeah, I love the fact that Angela's a black woman and she's winning and killing it right now. I feel like I've seen the actress somewhere else. I want to look her up.
She was in Shameless.
Was she in Shameless?
Yeah, for like a couple episodes.
Okay, maybe that's why I remember.
Isn't she in How to Get Away with Murder?
I don't know.
I could be making
I don't
that
watch
up.
that show.
I don't know. But I know she did. I know she was.
I've probably seen her in Shameless because I watch that show religiously. But yeah, I think that definitely the dynamic between her and Wolf is not over. Wolf is not one to go away quietly.
No.
So he took an L this
He's not
episode.
going to tuck his tail.
He took an
and
L
go
this
cry
episode.
in the car.
Exactly. But he will find a way to somehow, even though she's going to be helpful, she would be helpful in getting Sevvy off, he wants the glory. And remember, he wants the money too because he's got money problems.
He has to share it.
Yes, he's got financial problems. So he's going to find a way. I think Bucky maybe, employing Bucky to do something. I think Bucky might do something to Angela.
Nickname.
I'm just saying.
His name is a nickname.
Right? So I think Bucky's going to do something. I think Riv is going to go home. I think next week
It's going to be team too much for him.
I think with the whole him doing that, because I think Maya's going to find out. She's going to get upset that he did that. With the whole, like, I know who you are, and she's just going to be like, look, You just got to go back to the country. Like, just go back to the ranch.
to the country.
Go back to the
But
horses.
then he can't protect her.
But
that's
she
what
doesn't
she
need
doesn't
protecting.
want it.
That's the thing. She doesn't want it. And I think he's frustrated. That's the other thing, too, because he wants to be the protector. He wants to be the man of the relationship. And she's just, because, like I said, she's in her element.
She's a ball buster.
She doesn't need him like
She
that.
ain't having it.
And so I think that he's going to go back home, and she's going to be on her own, which is going to segue for Matthew, because Matthew, again, he wants to get back with Maya. And, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, Matthew. But, we'll see if he's advances, work this time.
You're not mad at his married behind.
I'm just for the
Trying
love.
to
I'm for the love.
I think Effie might leave him.
I think Effie will, because Effie does not like Maya. Effie feels some kind of way about Matthew, because if you think about it, even when, what was it, towards the beginning, there was shade thrown, already. She was throwing shade towards Maya, every time. Oh, Maya's back.
She knows she's second choice.
Exactly.
Like you said, that must suck.
She has to know. Nobody wants to be second choice. So she might leave him. She might. I doubt it, though. I think that's a stretch. But I think there's going to be some tension in their relationship. Something's going to come up, and maybe she does, or maybe he leaves her. Just saying, because I'm just saying, second choice. He can leave her easily. And then I think that we're going to see more with the stalker.
Yeah.
With the security
Leo.
guard, stalker Leo guy. So where that's going to flesh out, that's going to develop, and it'll be interesting how that ties into the case. Because I feel like they're not just going to have a stalker just for any reason.
Right.
It's going to have to tie into
He's
the
going to
case.
be related to the case in some way.
Somehow, some way, because it started with the last case with Sevvy. So, those are
That
my
was a
predictions.
good takeaway, though. Be kind to your rebounds, okay? Because they actually care about you.
That
Sorry.
part. All right. PSA from Angel Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. We want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everyone that was in live chat. Sorry we could not get to you today, but we always appreciate you chiming in. Make sure that you keep with the comments. Keep that going. Let us know how you feel. What are your predictions? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? We want to know, and we want to talk about it with you. I've been your host, Lem Gonzalez, and you can find me everywhere at Lem Gonzalez. Take it away, sir.
I'm Zuri Shalise. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Zuri Shalise. That's ZuriChellece.
Boom.
Spelling bee. I love it. Hey, guys. My name is Angel Taylor. You can find me at Angel Taylor _ on Instagram and Facebook. Just my name.
Hey guys, it's Lauren Mayo. You can find me on Instagram at Lauren Out Loud and on YouTube at Lauren Mayo.
And from all of us here on the panel, represent God's plan. That's all we got to say.
Woo!
Boom. We'll see you next week. Peace.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz. Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first,